Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. This is Donnie Burger wishing you all a happy holidays.
Oh my
Oh,
Christ.
man.
Fuck. This is way too early for that. Oh my God.
Hello, everyone. This is Nefarious Reels. I'm Cole.
And I guess I'm Han Solo.
So you're a burger then, like your father before him?
I'm Todd Phillips. Whatever his fucking fake name was.
And I'm Uncle Vanny.
Oh my God, it's Ice-T, everybody. We got him.
No,
You
that's
mean, no, that's vanilla. No, Ice-T's
Vanilla
black.
Ice.
Vanilla Ice is white.
Ice-T's the one from Law and Order who asks all the questions.
Ice-T is the guy who sold out by. He's the guy who made an album called Cop Killer and then sold out by being a cop for 20 years.
Oh damn! This whole intro's already ruined. We gotta start over. See you all in 2 weeks.
We can keep it going.
Yeah, I'm breaking traditions. Yeah, so.
But yes, we do have a guest with us today.
Yay!
Who is 1/3 of Far Off Films, and check him out on YouTube if you haven't yet. TimJongUn Productions. Timmy, welcome.
Yay! Hello. It's me. It's like Cole said. I'm the TimJongUn Productions man. So watch my dumb shit on my YouTube channel, and I am also 1/3 of the Far Off Films podcast people. Also watch that the dumb shit. So yeah, I'm a great salesman. In case you didn't pick that up.
Don't worry,
so.
Timmy. I'll edit this all out.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't advertise that as much as everything else, but you know whatever makes the boat run. So
yeah, but
I'm curious why I was the first one picked and not Jules and Luca, because like those are also equally, I would say, much more viable options than I am. But whatever, I'm not running this show.
Oh,
so.
it's because way back in episode 2, you were like, when we're gonna talk about Adam Sandler, I'm like, oh, this fucking bitch, I'm gonna get on an episode and recommend Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you kind of played yourself right there.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even realize that when you guys asked me to do this, I was like, well, there better be some fucking Neil Breen movies, you know, like that's the only way I'd get on board. And then when you threw Adam Sandler at me, I was super confused. I was like, why the fuck would I want this? And then you guys mentioned that. I was like, oh, okay, completely forgot about that. So yeah, I guess I do kind of deserve this, moral of the story. So
yeah, be careful what you wish for and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Or as the Joker said, you get what you deserve.
You get what you fucking deserve, except we just threw Adam Sandler at you. But we're not going to talk about Adam Sandler first.
Not
Cole,
yet.
Start us off, baby.
All right, so we're starting off with the retro pick the first time around. And
as we always do.
What we did this time is I'll Be Home for Christmas from 1998, directed by Arlene Sanford. And it
Director
stars
of Good Luck Charlie, the Christmas special, or whatever the fuck.
But yeah, the movie stars Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Most people know him from like Home Alone, The Lion King.
Home
Alone, Home Improvement.
I mean, Home Improvement.
Yeah, you mean Home Improvement?
You literally said it like earlier. How'd you screw it up?
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is worse than me saying Ice-T.
There, now we balance it out. But yes, the Home Improvement show. But in this, he stars as Jake, who goes to college in LA. And so his dad is trying to get him back home for Christmas because they're kind of just estranged after some family affairs. Like his mom died and he remarried like
10 months later.
He says,
10 months
very
later,
too soon. 10 months. And he was going to instead cash his ticket for home to New York to Cabo San Lucas with his girlfriend, Jessica Biel, who has one of the best college posters ever. That's not Fight Club for once.
Yeah, it's Smash Mouth. Yeah, I lost my shit when I saw that. I was like, Smash Mouth?
A real girl boss.
I had my Leo moment there, just like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Somebody once told me.
But yeah, he then decides to go home. But there's like a little incident at school where like the jocks throw him out of the middle of the desert in a Santa costume, and he's got to find his way back home with no ID, no money, or anything.
And he's got to, so he can get that Porsche and
yes,
romance
he's got to get
something.
the Porsche.
Yeah.
And make sure that his girlfriend's still gonna be with him.
So they can still
Yeah.
bone.
He doesn't, so that she doesn't run off with fucking this douchebag or whatever.
Eddie.
Eddie, or the Ed Man.
Eddie boy.
Is that what was his name? I saw this an hour ago and I forgot most of what I saw.
His
So
name was Ed. I remember it because he was like my favorite character this whole movie.
Yeah, it was Ed, but yeah, they like called him like the Ed Man. Like there was like the whole jock group. They were like the Brant. Oh, I'm looking like a cat. Yeah, the Brant Man, the Murph Man, the Ken Man. Very
So I wanted
creative.
to ask, has no one on this set who worked on this movie, have they never been to college like ever in their lives? Because like they seem to have confused college with high school. Because like there are elements of college for sure, there are dorms, and I guess that's about it. But everything else, it's like this just screams high school
Yeah,
to me.
I've
Like,
never seen.
did no one go to college?
I've never seen like a
Wait,
college with
Timmy,
their own
you
like
didn't?
lockers and everything.
Yeah, and
Wait.
what college do we still have jocks picking on nerds? Like I get that's like the thing to do in high school, but like haven't we moved past this in college, or is it like was it exclusively in the 90s
Well,
where college football
Well, we don't
players
know.
were still kicking the shit out of nerds?
I don't know. Maybe the only movie that everyone ever saw was Revenge of the Nerds.
Ah, okay, yeah, that
And they
makes
just
sense.
based
Yeah.
it off of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, Timmy, you didn't call yourself like the Tim Man or something in college?
No, I just wasn't that cool. Apparently, I was just not that cool to be called the Tim Man. Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, I just
Damn.
like being called by my pet name, which is TimJongUn Productions. Follow me.
All ad placements are being edited out to me, so you drop as many as you want.
That gives me freedom to say it so many times. So, yeah, this was a piece of shit. I did not like this. This was not fun. This was basically planes, trains, and automobiles, but without comedy and without funny people in it.
Or charisma.
Or charisma, or just anything in general.
Or
'Cause, like,
charm.
yeah, or just really much of a plot, just in general. Like, because I barely remember what the fuck happened in the movie. Like, Jessica Biel kissed the Ed Man, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas dressed up as Santa, and then he got into some shenanigans. Like, that's about it. Like, what else happened? Like, I literally don't remember.
Okay,
No, like
well,
I kind of explained this too when I was in my Letterboxd review, but like when watching it too, I was just like, okay, this movie's only 86 minutes, but there are some sequences that drag out way too long that make it seem like it should be much shorter in general.
the film that this actually kind of reminds me of is a film we talked about like earlier in our time on Nefarious Reels called Ghosts Can't Do It, where like a lot of
Oh.
things
With-
like happen, but like they're all weird and like disconnected and don't really make much sense in the grand scheme of things.
But at least
And
that
it's-
one's more goofy.
And is everyone just a fucking idiot in this movie? Like, besides Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Jessica Biel, it seems like everyone's just a fucking moron. Like, the cop, like, that scene where he's like, yo, what can I help you? And there's like, nothing. We're just going to the children's hospital. Oh, okay, cool. Can I come with you? And then he just doesn't realize that all this shit is not only just not suitable for kids, but they're just not stolen either. Because the guy said, he's like, oh, like these things are stolen, like these are stolen goods. Like, did no one notice any of this shit? Did no one call this in? He's a cop. Like, wouldn't he know any of this shit?
But Timmy, it's funny. It's a funny
Ah, okay.
joke. Ha ha
But
ha.
Yeah,
think about
okay.
the children.
Think
Oh, okay.
about the
Now it's-
toaster. The extra wide fits 4 bagel slots instead of 2.
Wow, okay. Good joke. Jesus Christ.
Very funny.
Hee hee.
Ah, God, this movie was such a it's just nonsense after nonsense, and it's like, and I'm just sitting here going like, man, even if I was like a little baby, like a little like gamer brained baby, I still wouldn't find anything about this movie entertaining. It's like the only things I found entertaining were just like the Smash Mouth thing and like some of the other things that they said. Like, the only part of the movie that I found funny was when the guy with the van, he was like, "Whoa, so you're telling me that Mrs. Claus is with some other guy in the car? What a hoe!" Like, that was the only time I laughed. I was like, only because I was surprised I was in a Disney movie. I was like, wow, like they actually said this in a Disney. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
They said hoe, but they couldn't say asshole because Jessica Biel's like, "You're a butthole. Get out of here!" Like,
Got him.
fuck off.
Well, that would have made it PG-13 then. And they don't want
Ah.
sassy words in there.
I
Like
mean,
that.
the film is pretty bland, and it's kind of hit like it's shown off at the very beginning when it has that opening like title card and the credits, and they go on fucking forever, and there's just this fucking dot with a hat going around, and I was going,
I think
oh
it was
my
supposed to be a
fucking
snowball.
god, just fucking get
Is
to the
that what
movie
that was
already.
supposed to be? Yeah,
I
it was
think
like
so?
it reminded me of the opening like credits of like Going Overboard, where it was just dragging on for so fucking long, and it was like nothing is funny, nothing is visually engaging. It's like this is just a waste of time. Just like start the fucking movie already. Like Jesus. Oh
Well, they
God.
had to pad out the runtime. It's not even an hour and a half. They really had to stretch it.
Yeah, it's 86 minutes. So yeah, you gotta find ways
And
to
without
extend
that
it somehow.
opening, it's only like what, an hour? Oh shit, it's not feature length, guy. Quick, make a 20-minute opening.
Is that why? Because that's the thing. It's like because I was constantly checking the runtime, and I was like, Jesus, like, why is this so long when barely anything happens? Like, I saw Avatar 2 last night, and that film's like more than 3 hours long, but the runtime went by like fast compared to this, where it's like it's an hour and 20 minutes, but it felt like I was watching a 4 hour long movie. Like I was constantly checking the runtime. I was just begging to Christ, like, please just end the fucking thing already. Because nothing happens. Like, I'm struggling to, like, because when I talk about, like, bullshit like this, I try to think about, like, specific scenes where they're just so memorably bad that I just rant about them. But there's nothing for me to do that with this one because I literally can't remember anything. Like, I finished this an hour ago and I don't remember, like, 90% of the movie. I genuinely forgot this. Like, how is that possible?
I think the biggest issue is like Jake, who as in the beginning we're kind of established as kind of a jerk. He like
Oh, he's a
exchanges.
gigantic asshole.
Yeah, and he never
He's a
each
huge asshole.
each situation he's supposed to be in, like big scene where like he's supposed to like change and grow, but he never does. He's just consistently like an asshole like throughout every single interaction he has where he's supposed to like get better.
Until the last 20 minutes where he's just like decides to be a good person again. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know this is like a Disney movie where it's like, oh, we're supposed to end on a happy note, but it's like, I don't know, like the least you could do is like kind of build some kind of character growth because they like kind of hint that where it's like that scene where the Spanish kid was like I'm gonna go
Oh
home with
yeah.
my family and stuff like that. He's like, oh my God, I have a family
Oh my
and I
God.
should go back to them. Like, fuck off. Like, that's not character development. That's just ramming shit down my throat.
It just sounds like
Disney.
something that'd be like in a Darman video. Like some kid would be like,
Exactly.
yeah, having some like, yeah, I had a family once, but they all died in a fucking plane crash. So, and I was the only survivor. So you see, cherish your moments. And then the asshole's like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? I have a family.
And then
Maybe
Doorman walks
I
out.
should stop being bad. Like a
And
Neil
just have
Breen
that-
movie has better character development than this. Like,
Yeah, because there's actual character development.
yeah.
Like everything always feels like as it ends to like justify like the means. Like he goes with the cop to like the diner, but it only goes with it to kind of
Get
so he can
closer to home,
get
I
closer.
guess.
And he gets like the only reason why he helps is because the guy's like insisting. He's like, if you don't do this, I'll die. He's like, fucking fine.
But then he's like, if you'll do this for me, I'll get you a bus ticket to New York.
Like that's
Yeah.
it. And like he has the whole conversation. He's like, well, I traded my tickets from Cancun or from New York to go to wherever the fucking California, and I'm the good guy here. I'm the nice guy. She should be banging me.
Yeah, like when he saw that scene where it was like he kisses the Ed man like under mistletoe and it's like I'm gonna fucking kill him or whatever. Like, dude, you're like just as much of a scummy piece of shit as this guy. Like, you have in no right like a justification to be mad, all right? Like, you're a piece of shit too, you know? And like that scene where he just like where the Ed man, he's just got out of the shower and it's like, yo, bro, this love nest is like pretty crowded. Like, like the dialogue is so cringe. I was cringing so hard. And then he just fucking like took off his towel. It's like, yo, bro, that's not cool, man. Like, I don't know. If he was the creep that he was, he would be like, you like what you see or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that would have been better, but that would have made more sense, you know? So,
But it's a Disney movie, and we can't have them say something
We can't
like
have
that.
weird perverts.
That's the
Oh, but we
next
can say
movie
the
we're gonna
word
talk
hoe.
about.
Oh yeah.
You get
Yeah.
it? Ho is like ho ho ho. That's why he says that. That's why he says ho.
I don't get it, but you can like make a 5-hour long video essay explaining this joke to me.
Yeah, I mean that's clearly
Just
what
the
I'm gonna
one
have
joke.
to do.
Sorry, what, Cole? What did you say?
No, I just said for the one joke, a 5-hour video essay.
Yeah,
About the
explain to
hoe.
me the joke. Yeah, give me the complicated nuances.
A full-on
Yeah, this
dissected, it's deeper meeting, how it's like connected to the freaking
Disney Star
emancipation
Wars universe.
of the slaves in the
Yeah, how
olden
is it
days.
connected to the Marvel lore? Explain that shit to me.
How this is gonna show up in the MCU.
Yeah, how does this
Yeah.
relate to Thanos and his bullshit?
And when is Zack Snyder directing this Marvel movie? Because he's
We're
off of
lucky
DC now.
later this year.
Yeah, this was an extra special kind of cringe. Yeah, just a lot of the dialogue was just really, really cringe. And once again, just everyone is just so fucking stupid. Everyone is such a fucking idiot. It's like the shit, Jesus, the donor thing, like the liver donor, whatever.
Liver?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's a liver! Like you have to stop the bus." And I'm like, "You all are all fucking idiots.
It
Like
has to be.
you
It's
people
written
are
in
stupid."
crayon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's written in crayon. It's legit.
Yeah, like what do they think this is? Like,
This
do they
also
think this is some?
implies, continuing the Jake's an asshole. It implies he stole crayons from a child to do this whole plot to throw them off the route.
Probably. And like, shouldn't the bus driver been like a little suspicious when it was like right outside a hotel too?
Yeah, like
It
why
not
is
happens
this
to
not
be
a
at the place
hospital?
that fucking Jake said he needed to go.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing? Like it seems like common sense is just like an abstract concept that just everyone is just struggling to grasp onto, except like Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Jessica Biel. Because like everyone is so cartoonishly stupid that it just like I just couldn't take anything seriously. But it's not like the kinds of movies where it's like, oh, don't take it seriously sort of thing and it's fun. This is like the don't take itself seriously but still take us seriously sort of thing. Because the movie still expects me
It's
to give a
heartwarming.
shit about this theme about like, oh, family is important for Christmas or whatever, and blah 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 blah. Like, who the fuck gives a shit?
It's
You
not
know?
about the material needs. It's about the family need and the connections we have as something something.
Yeah.
Now I just think Vin Diesel should have been a part of this, or like a Fast and Furious Christmas special where Vin Diesel talks about family.
See,
Instead
that
of
makes sense. See, that makes sense why Jonathan Taylor Thomas's dad is played by the guy who played Ricky Bobby's dad
Ricky
in
Bobby's dad.
yeah, in Talladega Nights. Like that makes total sense now. That makes complete fucking sense.
So Cole, what you're saying is Vin Diesel should have been the one that drove Jake home at the end instead of him taking the sleigh.
Yes.
So at the end, Vin Diesel can turn the camera as they ride off and goes, "You see, kids, this film was about family."
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
see, that would have made it a better movie.
And then you get the pop song playing at the end.
All you need for Christmas is you.
No, not that one.
Oh,
other one?
don't you forget about me.
Oh God.
Don't.
Yeah, I as someone who has taken several Greyhound buses, those Greyhound buses in the movie are nowhere near as nice as the ones in this film. That was a complete scare. I think that pissed me off more than anything else in the movie. It's like you guys are blatantly lying about how nice these Greyhound buses are. Like you fucking assholes.
Maybe that one was like just a new bus that they had at the time.
Oh sure.
Maybe this
Okay,
is like
whatever.
its maiden voyage. That's why the bus driver had such the stick up his ass.
No, this is the marketing gimmick. This is how they trick people. They wanted to make it look nice, but then once they see it in reality, it's not nice looking. It's like that whole just picture
I'll be
versus
home
reality
for
thing.
Christmas cross conspiracy with the bus drivers, the Greyhound. Suspicious.
Yeah, well, yeah, they just they really like to take the shit on German people because they had the fucking Oktoberfest Guten Tag whatever, you know? Like
Yeah.
everyone's wearing lederhosens. It's like is this like comedy? Is this like a joke? It just seems like the concept that a lot of Disney original movies or whatever just tend to have. They're just like they try their best to like kind of be real movies, but they just are so full of themselves and are such riddled with bullshit like this. It's like what do you want me to take out of this. It's like when I watch something like Hocus Pocus or Air Bud or some shit. It's like on the one hand you are trying to be a real movie, but the other hand you are trying to be some kiddie time playdate bullshit. And I'm just struggling to go, what the fuck is this? Like, just pick one. Like, I don't understand what it is you want to be. And it's just so frustrating, like, whatever.
Yeah, I also noticed one other thing that I got a little mad about, and it was more particular about Wisconsin geography. So
Oh,
after he does like the Santa race, he said he was in Madison, Wisconsin. But then once they're like in that airport, my sister pointed this out because she was like in the room with me and watching it, and she said there was this sign that said Green Bay Air. I'm like, those two cities are not even close to each other. They're like 2 hours away.
Wait, you're saying that this film was wrong about something?
Yes.
no way.
Oh
I
my
know.
god.
And you know what else?
I know, what a
Speaking of
shock.
which, something that pissed me off even more than that was like, so there was this scene where Jonathan Taylor Thomas was somehow able to catch up to Edman and Jessica Biel like so many fucking times, even
So
though
many
one, he doesn't
times.
have a car, and two, like he's been stopped and slowed down so many times, like twice in the movie, where even though he's walking, he somehow catches up to them like at like the gas station or whatever, and then the second time when he gets picked up by like the van driver, and he somehow manages to catch up to both of them. I'm like, either this car is the slowest piece of shit in the world, or Jonathan Taylor Thomas is like the fastest kid in the universe. Like, because I
He's
don't know what
faster
else.
than Usain Bolt.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know like how to explain like the blatant misrepresentation of like time and space and like the basic laws of physics.
Timmy, the power of love can allow you to do anything, okay? You just
Oh,
don't
okay. Now
get
it's a
it.
good movie. Yeah, now it's a
Something,
good
And we
something
movie.
love, something Christmas spirit, something it's about family.
Yeah, and we also had to
Amelia.
increase the tension somehow early on that.
There was tension.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
sorry,
had
tension
to
in quotes.
see if
Sorry,
he was
my
Oh,
bad.
gonna
okay.
get the girl.
And he
Because they
does
want to
at the
make it look
end.
so close, but it's so far.
It's weird because they
Yeah.
really dropped the Ed girlfriend. I don't remember the girlfriend's fucking name. The Ed
Ellie.
girlfriend kind of plot that they kind of had. Because I was thinking maybe this was going to develop into, oh, she hates him, but then they grow close, but they realize, oh, we should just be friends. But they fucking dropped that at like the drop of a dime.
Yeah, just like so fucking fast, like because that would have been just as cringy, but like at least something would have happened. But no, nothing happens. He just goes, "Fuck you guys, I'm taking your spot on the Greyhound bus." Which, by the way, you can't do that.
I was
But
about to say,
whatever.
like, how was she able to take the spot? I was like, wait, doesn't she need his ticket or?
Honestly, that was
I
a
was
real
confused
letdown.
about
I was
that.
half expecting when she goes, I thought she was going to reveal that he lied about the donation thing, and they do just ditch him, then all the passengers throw shit at them as they drive away. I was hoping that was going to happen.
That would
You
have
Yeah,
been
but that
funny.
doesn't happen.
Consequences for your actions.
Like even the most bare minimum things this movie technically should do, they don't even do that because they're just so fucking lazy.
It was even more funny when he just gets a ride with Ed, and then Ed's like, "All right, get out. I don't want
I'm
to be a
too
nice
good
guy,
of a
really.
person. Yeah, like
make
I gotta keep my
too good of a
reputation as a
person, so-
Giga Chad. Yeah,
Fuck you."
But he did get him to Wisconsin,
He
allegedly.
did,
allegedly.
and he
Yeah.
ran in a Santa race, even though, okay, like that even too, like wherever state you were in, you couldn't figure it out because it all looked the same.
Yeah, I didn't know where the hell Jonathan Taylor Thomas was at any point in the movie, unless someone like
Unless he said
blatantly told me.
where, yeah, unless it was like in your face, you couldn't guess anywhere. Like you could have been in Wyoming, you could have been in Wisconsin, you could have been in Maine at
You
this
could have been in
point.
fucking Florida, like, and I would have like that. I wouldn't have batted an eye because like the movie just doesn't give a shit. Like I could not tell.
Yeah.
Like the only time I could tell where he was when the movie shoved the word Nebraska down my throat. It's like, okay, I get
Nebraska?
it. You're in Nebraska. We fucking get it. Okay. Jesus.
Are they Nebraska? I don't know.
Who cares? Yeah.
They
And like,
they
yeah,
say
the ending.
Nebraska.
And the ending is just the most forced thing ever. It's like, well, you were a dick, but Disney wants white teenagers to kiss at the end, so I guess that's what's happening. It's like Disney got my letters. Like I've always wanted to see high schoolers
Well, don't
kiss in
forget
front of me.
he's changed
Disney
because
before
he
it was
gave
woke.
the $1,000 to the mayor after he learned that he buys like turkeys for hungry families.
And why did he give a shit about that? Like, cause like every other time, like when people do nice things, he's like, well, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care. Like, oh, now you give a shit? Like, now you have a change of heart? Fucking
All right,
asshole.
and to be fair too, during that Santa race, once his hat dropped, the mayor kind of like stopped for him. He
Yeah.
could have literally just hauled ass at the finish line. No,
If
he
you really
waited. If he wanted to win, he would have not stopped.
Yeah, if
Also,
he really cared about donating money to these fucking poor homeless children, then he would have just fucking won the race and told Jonathan Taylor Thomas to go fuck himself. But no, instead he does this like 40 chess guilt trip session or whatever, and it's like, you piece of shit. Like,
Because movie.
Also, just a random error in the film, but there's a part where there's the Santa with the helmet, and then when he runs off, they're like, "Well, we lose," but that wouldn't have happened because he wasn't wearing the hat. They would have won the $1,000 anyway.
exactly.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was allowed in anyway.
Well, maybe
How
he
would
was
that-
just in it for the fun of it. Maybe he just wanted to get first. Maybe he didn't want the
Maybe.
money.
Did you guys find it funny when the Black Santa was running up and he was like, "Are you from Kenya?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm Kenyan Santa."
Yes, I was like, what the fuck?
I do not
I'm
remember
like,
that scene at all.
wow, Disney just really wanted to shove this in my face, didn't they? Like,
Disney with its subtle racism.
yeah, now it's
do-
their nowadays it's just their subtle homophobia, so it's just whatever's hip these days.
I literally do not remember this scene. I don't know if I just missed the joke or if it was removed off the Blu-ray I bought of
It
this.
wasn't even fun. It wasn't even funny. So it's well, if
It
you bought
was-
the Blu-ray, then yeah, you probably missed it because knowing Disney, they just like to pretend that there's this like clean, progressive, like hip company that has never done anything wrong. They probably took out the joke like because of that. But then again, I also saw this on Disney Plus, so if I saw the joke, then you probably did. But I don't know.
I
So
probably just like missed it. It was probably just a little thing.
Yeah,
and then-
Disney, the company's done nothing wrong, yet they'll still cut out like well, they'll include gay characters, the first gay character in like 7 straight movies, but then cut them out for other countries.
yeah, because China thinks that's gross.
Come on, it's that corporate cool that we all love from Disney. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, doesn't matter because Bob Iger's back and the company's gonna be less woke or something. I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's
Who
Disney.
gives a shit? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care either.
There's only so many terrible Disney films we can talk about, Cole.
Yeah. This wasn't great, and I've officially run out of things to say because it was just so forgettable and so shit.
I think the Ed Man, he deserved better. I don't know
No.
why they
No,
arrested and
Ed Man
pounded
can
his
go
No,
fuck
he did
himself.
not.
Yeah, he deserved the fate that I hope he gets like 20 years in prison.
20 years with the worst cellmate ever.
I mean,
Yeah.
but let's be real here. He's the only guy that ever really gave Jake like the comeuppance he kind of deserved by ditching him to the desert to fucking die.
Yeah, but that one wasn't his fault. That one was because his nerd like assistant or whatever got like pranked by
Ed.
the Ed Man. Yeah. Because the Ed Man wanted to slide into Jessica Biel's DMs and get Jessica Sussy.
Just
So-
Jussie.
The just sussy.
Jesse. The just
Just
Sussy. Yeah.
Sussy.
Yeah.
The just Sussy Baka.
Yeah. This was a piece of shit. I hated it. Yeah. And,
Honestly, it was even more funny too with like the sleigh at the end, and then they're both in it, and he's like, "Tell me when it's after 6." Why? Because it's not about a fucking Porsche. It's about family. Like,
It's
fuck
about
off.
family.
You'd think the guy who's this like this clever like narcissist would have been able to come up with a good excuse or whatever. It's like, oh, I have to be home by 6 because it's a special evening of Christmas and blah 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 blah. And like,
No, he was just straightforward.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm looking for a Porsche.
why didn't he even
Showing
say that out
once
loud?
again, he never learned his lesson
Mhm.
at any point really, and he stole a sleigh.
Yeah, and then they get mad at him, and they're like, it's okay.
It's
Yeah.
the end of a Disney movie. Let's just roll with it.
And he still gets the Porsche because go fuck yourself.
Because life isn't fair.
Because it's
Because-
about family.
Because
And
white
family.
kids get everything that they want.
White privileged kids, you should say.
Yeah. And yeah, that was a very Brady Christmas. So,
Classic. So I guess
Yeah.
if that's all we got to say about
Oh boy.
I'll Be Home for
Yeah.
Christmas.
I don't know if you guys. I know you guys don't do ratings, but yeah, 1 out of 10. This was dog shit. So
Okay, well, I gave it a 2
and-
out of 10 because
I also gave it a
I
2.
liked Ed. Ed was my favorite character.
I like the Santa run. I thought that was a little goofy.
the
And that
Office
was, like,
ripped
it.
off that joke, that scene where the Santas are eating pizza and he's like, yeah, it's called carbo loading. You gotta like carbo load. It's like Michael Scott ripped off the same joke. They did because he ate like
Yes.
the fettuccine
Yeah, he ate
Alfredo
that-
fucking whatever. Yeah, before
Yeah,
the
fettuccine
marathon.
Alfredo before they did like their little 5K for rabies awareness.
Yeah, like it's like you fucking bastards. Like you ripped this off from this shitty Disney movie. Like you bastards.
Now I'm a little concerned that the writers on The Office ripped off I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Maybe we
I
should,
will
that
never
show.
watch that episode again the same.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have to cross-reference the writers of this movie, and with that specific episode of The Office, we can like piece this together.
Well, that was I'll be taking a shit home for Christmas. Um, do we want to move on to the next thing, or
Yeah, sure. You know, I know how much you want to talk about this next film, Timmy.
Yeah, it's your
this
favorite
was-
movie.
Yeah, this is my favorite movie of all time, right behind Going Overboard. So yeah,
All right.
Going Overboard, Southland Tales,
Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2, all that good stuff.
Yep, all
Eight
the
Crazy
classics.
Nights,
Yeah, the Pixels.
Pixel. I was actually a little upset we didn't do Pixels because I had a much better intro. It was going to be a Garrett Bobby Ferguson reference from Regular Show.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to
I
crush your
know.
dreams, everybody.
I was really upset with that.
So, can I ask why you picked this one out of the like shit show that is his
Hold on,
filmography?
everyone-
Like, why the?
Everyone's
Like,
getting
why
ahead of
this
stuff. I
one?
haven't even introduced the movie yet. Jesus Christ, guys, let me
all
do
right,
the
all right.
thing.
I'll let you start off first then. Yeah.
Okay, so I had the modern pick. I recommended 2012's That's My Boy, directed by Sean Anders, who directed the newest Will Ferrell movie, Spirited, starring
that
Ryan
makes sense.
Reynolds, which I saw in theaters. And this is the movie. So first, I want to hear Cole, because Cole said he thought he knew why I wanted this one. I want to hear your guess, Cole, so I know not to say that as my answer.
Okay. My reasoning was just this might be a little basic, but I thought it was just because it was on one of those lists of like the worst movies ever made and just how like offensive it is and maybe something like that, just how terrible it's supposed to be based on its reputation with critics.
You're half right. So a long
Ooh.
time ago, back when IMDb was like the real big movie website place, I was checking. I did find a list to talk about terrible movies that was raked down. I was scrolling through it, and there was like your standard stuff, and then there was Jack and Jill, and I was like, haha, Jack and Jill is so awful. But then a few spots below it was this film, and in their little description they put that he said like, this is honestly worse than Jack and Jill, and that's been in like the back of my mind for like years. And then I made a terrible movie podcast with my buddy Cole here, and I was like, I'm going to have to recommend this at some point. And then Timmy was like, when are you guys going to talk about Adam Sandler movies?
Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo.
Exactly. And I knew that I was going to have to recommend this on a time when we get Timmy as a guest. And luckily he said, sure, like to be on this podcast. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, because I
A
like
lot of things.
fresh shit. Because I see a lot of shit in my life, more than I can say, because like I've still to this day have never seen a Wong Kar-wai film or a Tarkovsky film, but I've seen all the Twilight movies because I can and go
Fuck
fuck
yeah.
yourself.
And you also
Yeah,
saw all the
so-
Hellraiser sequels.
Yeah, instead of, I don't know, a Francois Truffaut film or some shit. I don't know. Like, yeah,
You
because
should have
I
done what
care.
I did. You should have watched Saw.
Ah, man, I should have. Yeah, because all the
Do
Saw
that
movies
next year because Saw X is coming out next year.
Yeah, no, I plan on doing that because all the Saw movies are out on Hulu, and be like, this would be fucking great if I could just like binge watch all this. Because the Saw movies are actually entertaining. Like, even though they're shitty, like they're still entertaining, more entertaining than any of the Hellraiser sequels. Like, they all fucking suck, and you guys know that because you guys sat through like both of you sat through 2 of them with me or something.
Yeah.
So
I
watch
mean,
my video
Timmy-
if you want to know more. But
Timmy, if
they
you need
suck.
emotional support, I will be with you if you need to watch Spiral with someone.
I still haven't seen Spiral. That's
Oh,
the only
you
one I haven't
lucky-
seen.
Lucky
Yeah.
guy.
That's why I'm saying if you need someone to help you go get with
Okay.
it, I'm here for you.
I didn't see Spiral or Jigsaw. I didn't see any of the new ones, but I remember watching through all of like the previous ones beforehand. So,
Okay.
So
yeah.
I guess enough stalling. Let me tell about this movie.
That's my boy.
Yeah, so-
Explain the plot of this masterpiece.
So in That's My Boy, Adam Sandler as a child pretty much gets into a sexual relationship with his older teacher because pedophilia's funny. People wake up.
Nice.
Well, when it's only funny when it's a young boy and an older woman.
Exactly.
The
Yeah,
other
that
way
was
around, it's the worst thing in the world.
I was like, this is just the South Park joke that they made. Like the South Park joke, they were like, because like that scene. I didn't see the episode, but I remember I saw the clip of like
is it
Kyle
the
like goes to the
Yes,
like
where
Kyle goes
Ike's,
to like go to
fucking
the
his
police.
kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, all right, tell me the name of the dirtbag. What's his name? And then he's like, actually, it's a woman. It's a woman, but she's ugly, right? No, she's the hot kindergarten teacher. And they're like, nice. Nice. And I'm like, somehow this South Park clip did That's My Boy, but like with less time and 100 times funnier. Like, I don't know how that's possible, but here we are.
Yeah, so,
Because South Park's more funny.
That's fair. Yeah.
because effort's put in South Park.
Yeah. So anyway, continue explaining the plot of this masterpiece.
Right. So they eventually get caught in the most Adam Sandler movie way possible in front of entire gymnasium people, and the teacher gets pregnant, and what is it? It's fucking Donnie Burger. It's such a fucking stupid ass name. But now he becomes like an instant like celebrity because he was fucking molested by his teacher. That makes him the hottest stud around.
I guess so. Because that's how that works.
Yeah, but he becomes a big shot celebrity, but he ends up getting the teacher pregnant, so he ends up getting full custody of the child while the teacher's in prison. And then we cut to the future where it turns out Donnie Burger hasn't been paying taxes, and if he doesn't get $43,000 by Tuesday because Monday's a holiday, he'll go to jail. But then he learns his son, who he named Han Solo, because isn't that funny, guys? Han Solo. Remember Han Solo? Remember Chewbacca? Remember the Death Star?
Remember the holiday special?
Yeah. Funny.
Life
Nice.
Day.
Yeah.
Lumpy.
Yeah.
Porn. Softcore porn.
Softcore porn. That's because that's what this film felt like. It felt like softcore porn. It's just, and not even like a good softcore porn where it's like, yeah, I could whack off to this. Like this is like an unbearably cringe softcore porn. This was fucking Christ. This was awful. This was such a massive. I don't even know where to start because unlike with what the fuck was the previous movie called? Shit,
I'll be home for Hanukkah.
Christmas. Yeah, I'll be home for Kwanzaa. Yeah, unlike that movie where it's like I barely have any. This one I have no clue where to start because there is so much bullshit that I was constantly like praying to Christ to like please just like kill me so I don't have to keep watching this movie. This was genuinely fucking awful. Like the first 10 minutes was just the worst piece of shit ever. It's like it's basically porn. Like it has the same setup, it has the same payoff, it has the same like the same concept as like a school porno. And then it's
Without
just
the music.
Yeah, and then it's just an unfunny Adam Sandler movie. It's like, haha, he like get it, like his dick is big. Haha, he has a boner. Haha, like he masturbates like all the time. Haha, he has a beer all the time. Haha, Vanilla Ice is like poor or whatever. Like, is this? I'll just let you guys speak for a little bit. I'm just so upset right now. Yeah.
Okay, so
I will say, when the movie started, anytime I usually see that Happy Madison logo, I like shiver in fear.
I just
'Cause then I
realized
go,
that.
oh my
that
god, what is gonna happen here?
I just realized that the Happy Madison logo is supposed to be a reference to Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I did not
Yes.
realize that until like seconds after I saw that logo. I was like, wait a minute.
Really?
it took you that
Happy
long?
Madison, Happy Gilmore, No, oh my god, I just realized that. It's crazy because they have like the golf thing where it like hits the camera or whatever, and every time I see that logo, it's like I
Yes.
never thought about it until now where I just had to like think about it for a little bit. And I was like, oh my god, like this lazy piece of shit. Jesus.
I mean, I don't know. It took you this long to figure out. Maybe they were geniuses with the thought of the logo.
Or maybe it was just so unbearably lazy. It's like there's no possible way this could have been like it. Oh no, it is? Okay, so whatever.
I want to.
Well, just remember, Adam Sandler in comedies, he's shit. In drama movies, when he actually has to act, he's good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just wish that even in his own comedy movies, like he would try just a little bit. Like I know that's
No.
asking a lot from him, but like I don't know. Like he tries in like Happy Gilmore, he tries in Wedding Singer. Like they're not good movies by any stretch of the imagination, but like they're at least entertaining. Like I at least laugh during those movies. Like I don't find fucking anything in this movie funny. Like and it's so fucking Adam Sandler's head is just so far up his own fucking ass in this movie because it's like he's just slathered with all of these like hot women with like giant tits or whatever, and it's like that scene that just like summed up everything that I hate about this was like that scene where he's in the hot tub and he stands up and he has this like massive boner and all the girls like sitting next to him are like, oh my God, like it's so big or whatever. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like you're supposed to be this like homeless, like down on his
Sad,
luck piece of
pathetic.
shit that has no, yeah, sad, pathetic, and you still somehow manage to make yourself look like this Giga Chad. Like you piece of shit. Like, do you have like, where's your ego? Like, how big is your ego? Where you like you still need to include shit like that because it's not funny. Like if he's gonna ego rub like all over my fucking face, then like the least you could do is make it funny. But it's not funny at all. It's just like, haha, like his dick is hard. Like okay.
I feel like they were wanting to try to subvert the trope because, like, oh, trashy parent shows up and then they ruin everything. And then this one's like, oh, what if instead, which fills into Adam's ego here, he's like, oh, what if, like, I seem like, oh, watch, I'm bad, but I show the party, but I'm, like, super cool. And, like, everyone loves me. I'm, like, so awesome. Oh, my God.
And I
Yeah.
do my stupid, goofy Scooby-Doo voice the whole
Yeah.
time.
And he said
The
the stupid
whole
"What's
time.
up?" Like they say that.
Yeah, remember
at
What's
least,
Up? That
They say
Budweiser
that at
commercial from the
least
early
100 times.
2000s?
Yeah, they say it at least 100 times in this movie, and every time they say it, the gun gets closer and closer to my head. Like it was. And you know what the worst part of it all is? It's like in any normal society, any of these normal people who interact with like Adam Sandler would just be disgusted by him. They'd be like, this guy is like a creep, this guy's a perv, this guy's like a an unfunny cringe fest. But no, like it's the exact opposite in Adam Sandler's like universe because like everyone thinks he's just like the coolest, funniest guy in the world. And then I'm like, in what universe do we live in where any of this is funny or like charming or whatever, you know? But no, everyone just fucking loves him.
Yeah, and everyone wants to fuck him too.
Like, his son's
Exactly.
in the wrong. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't get around to mentioning, but basically, his son is, like, super successful, and fucking Donnie Burger sets up a thing where if he and his son go to the prison to visit the mom, the teacher, this, like, fucking God, what is his name? What is he ripping off?
Who? I don't know.
The
I don't even
host
remember.
guy. He's like supposed
just
to, Jerry
know it's Dan
Springer, the
Patrick,
Jerry
radio guy.
Springer ripoff.
Oh, Jerry Springer. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
okay,
supposed
yeah.
to like do an expose. He's like, if you get together, I'll give you $50,000 because I'm doing this segment thing, and that's the only reason why Donnie's even there, is to basically just to get his son to go to a fucking thing so he can to embarrass him pretty much so he can get $50,000 so he doesn't go to jail.
His
Mhm.
son, Todd Peterson.
Todd Peterson.
Todd Peterson.
You mean Han
And-
Solo? Cause it's a cool name.
And you know what's like the worst part is that I actually like Andy Samberg. Like I don't know if you guys have seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but like
I've seen some of it, but I mostly know him from SNL. Mostly.
yeah, but even on SNL, like he's genuinely hilarious. Like his
Oh, yeah.
his Lonely Island like sketches and like music videos, they're genuinely hilarious.
They're
like
hilarious.
Yeah, those are the ones
yeah,
I've
and if
seen
you
from him.
watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think is one of the best sitcoms of like the 21st century. I rewatch that show very often because it's just that consistently funny. And somehow they managed to suck all the humor out of his character because he's just so fucking unfunny. Like I didn't laugh at anything. They somehow Adam Sandler him. They make him like this, like, which I get is the point. He's supposed to be like, because it's called That's My Boy, like he's supposed to be his son, but it's like I don't know, like even a guy like Adam Sandler, who's as talented and as funny as he is, like he's just can't make anything work. Like they try so hard to make like his shtick funny. It's like, look, get it? Like he used to be fat. He has a tattoo on his back and like he carries like double underwear or whatever. And it's like none of this is funny. Like none of this is like none of this counts as a joke. Because like whatever.
I
I
can
will
just
say
imagine
when-
him like looking at the script and trying to get in the right room to suggest ideas, and they eventually just fucking lock him out of the room. Like he can't be anywhere near the fucking right room. We're writing
Stay
we're
in your
writing
lane.
masterpieces.
Yeah. Stay
I
in your
will be
lane.
honest too. When Adam Sandler showed a picture of the fat Andy Samberg, I like bursted out laughing at how stupid it looked.
Yeah, it's like it's
Like
And
I
it's like-
was probably cackling like a hyena at that point.
yeah, probably the funniest thing in the movie, and it wasn't even intentional.
Oh, it
So-
was the funniest thing.
Yeah, and
And
it's
then
not like
Nick
he's
Swartzen getting punched in the face.
and it's not like Andy Samberg's like above this kind of humor. Like he literally made a music video called "Dick in a Box." Like
And jizz in my pants.
yeah, and "Jizz in My Pants" and like "Mother Lover" and all this stuff. It's like
That's
he's not
and that's
above.
more funny.
Yeah, it's like in premise, it's like the same kind of humor as like Adam Sandler's shtick, but he somehow makes it work. And he somehow makes it funny. This is not funny. Like nothing was funny. I didn't laugh a single time watching this movie. I was just banging my head against the table, like praying to Christ I get a brain aneurysm at some point.
Oh, I didn't.
And there
I
were
was just
so
laughing
many
through the
times
pain.
where the movie thinks it's like so fucking like the most hilarious thing ever. Like the perfect example would be like the scene in the church where like James Caan is this like fucking ripped priest or whatever and beats the shit out of like Andy Samberg. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to get out of this? It's like this isn't funny. This is not even like well cut enough for me to like appreciate the action. It's just James Caan kicking the shit out of Andy Samberg. Like that's it.
They don't even fully
Wait, you
commit
didn't
to it
find that
because
funny?
Adam Sandler was a badass and he hit him over the head with a bottle.
And he does
Yeah.
that like what 3 more times, I would say.
Yeah,
And
he does it, like,
everyone's just like,
600
damn,
times."
Andy Samberg, you're such a fucking dick. Oh my god. But not you, Adam Sandler. You were cool for hitting a guy over the head with a bottle from behind.
Yeah, he also
Because
knocks out
he's a
the
Chad.
yeah, he also knocks out his fiance. Andy
And
Samberg's
her-
fiance.
And her brother too, who's named Chad.
Yeah, it's like they intentionally did that on purpose because they thought it was funny. Yeah, get it? Like this his and why the fuck did they introduce like an incest subplot? Like what the fuck was the point of any of this shit?
So they can go, haha, isn't it funny? They're in an incestual relationship, and then Donnie was in a fucking pedophilia relationship. And you know how funny that is. And that in and of itself is weird because it's never the pedophilia relationship like isn't treated like bad. It feels so heavily like endorsed. Like, oh, isn't it so cool? Because later they
pedophilia
go
is
into
okay,
prison
but
and they're like,
incest
yeah, the
is
teacher's
no-no.
still fucking hot and
Yeah,
they're still totally
incest,
in
no-no.
contact.
Yeah. Although
Which is
on-
even more funny because Adam Sandler kind of contradicts himself because he says adultery is bad, but incest is gross.
But
or
he cheats on
worse.
but he cheats on his on Susan Sarandon like so many fucking times in this movie. Like he fucks the grandma. Like
Yeah.
you hypocrite piece of shit. Like okay, whatever. Like you know, he's right. Like incest is obviously bad or, you know.
But adultery's the same too.
Yeah, and he does that too. Fucking asshole, Jesus.
Unless
And
that
they're-
was a growing point.
And their justification for why they conduct incest is like literally the dumbest fucking thing in the world. It's like, well, we're both attractive and we're both hot and we're both like attracted to each other, so it's
So
like
why not?
it's why not? You know, who cares if we're brother and sister? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
that was like, wait, what? And then they revealed that like Chad's not a Marine, he's a jazz
Jazz dancer.
dancer.
Which
or
is
some
even
stupid
worse than
shit.
incest.
And you're
Yeah.
like, what? It's like
was that their attempt to like make him seem like he might be gay or something like that?
It was
'Cause
probably
it's
like, oh, haha, there's a guy named Chad, and he's like a badass, but he looks like a badass and a Marine, but he's actually just a fucking modern jazz dancer, which has
Yeah,
no
I-
real payoff except when he gets knocked out and he does jazz hand before he
yeah,
passes
it's before he
out.
goes unconscious. Yeah, I fucking hated that. I was so mad.
it's never brought up again. Like you see him dancing on the beach, but right before the wedding. But that's like
That's it. Yeah.
There's nothing like revealed about like the parents getting pissed at him or something, and it's just like, okay, so what was that for then?
The only satisfying scene was when James Caan like punches the shit out of Chad. Like that was the only thing that I found satisfying. And all
I
I'm
found
thinking to
it's-
myself is like, man, this guy was in The Godfather and like Thief, and now he's doing this shit, you know? And the same
Yeah.
goes for like Susan Sarandon. It's like, man, Susan Sarandon was in like Rocky Horror Picture Show and like Thelma and Louise. Now she's doing this shit. Like
Like, were
Well,
they
I
like
mean,
getting blackmailed to get into this movie?
that, or were just given just the fattest fucking paycheck
hold
in the
on.
world.
I'm gonna check what the
Probably.
budget is. I'm wondering if this has a super inflated
Oh,
budget for all
jeez.
these
Most
people.
likely, because like that's the thing. Adam Sandler somehow gets all these stupidly, ridiculously large budgets for all of his movies. Like I think Jack and Jill was like $80 million, and I'm like, what the fuck did you spend this $80 million on, other than just paying your friends? Like,
Dunkachino.
Okay.
oh
So
yeah, I guess so.
it was 70 million USD.
Wait, 70?
70
70
million.
million?
What the fuck?
It grossed
For what?
$57 million.
Oh, so this was a flop.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good, and at least they got their comeuppance. So.
Well, that seems to not affect Adam Sandler ever because he's still making them.
No, that's why he moved to Netflix, because it's like, well, you know,
Oh,
they
this
already
one
paid
did
him for
so
like what
bad.
5
That's why he's on
movies?
Netflix.
yeah, that's why like after because this was after because the movie he released after this was like The Ridiculous Six or whatever, right? That was his
The
first like
infamous
Netflix film.
0%.
Yeah. Which I'm very tempted to see, and I almost did watch because I found it really hilarious that like this movie and The Hateful Eight were coming around like the same time or whatever, and it's like this would make a great double feature. Like watch The Hateful Eight and then come back home and like watch The Ridiculous Six
I
or
mean,
some
hey,
shit.
Why not
film
triple
club.
feature it? Why not triple feature it? Do Ridiculous Six, Magnificent Seven, that remake with cool guy Chris Pratt, and
Yeah.
The Hateful Eight.
No, you do a four movie deal. So you watch the original Magnificent Seven.
Ooh.
And then, or you make it a 5 picture deal by watching the prequel to that movie, Seven Samurai. Yeah.
Yes.
This
We
this
don't know where
movie-
to go with
watch
this
Seven
joke.
Samurai, maybe. That's just it.
Yeah, this movie, there
It
were
was
so
pain.
many. Yeah, and there were so many moments where they tried their goddamn hardest to ram dramatic moments into the movie, like that scene where like Adam Sandler like tries to teach Andy Samberg how to ride a bike or whatever. He's like, "I got you, son. Like, I'll never let go of you." And then like 2 minutes afterwards, you see like these like fat naked people like chasing Andy Samberg, be like, "I'm trying to fuck my wife here" or something like that. It's like it's like I don't know what to get out of this. I'm so mad right now.
Do you
Oh
want?
my
Should we
God.
talk
I
about the
was
racism?
even a little more. Oh yes,
Oh,
the more
yeah,
racism
plenty.
in this, and like
Yeah,
in
plenty
your
of them.
face too.
Like they were just so proud of the whole like get it like our servants or like our butlers and maids are like Asian or whatever. It's like they won't understand or whatever. Like they love to work for rich white people. And
But
they're
it's
like,
okay because there's scenes where they make fun of the white people, so that makes it better. It cancels out.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's perfectly
exactly.
Funny.
balanced.
Adam Sandler really
me.
just likes making fun of specific ethnicities because he did the
Mhm.
same bullshit in like Jack and Jill where it's like they get it, they're fun, it's funny because they're Mexicans and Mexicans are weird and stupid, and then this one it's like get it, it's funny because Asians are weird and stupid.
Don't
Like,
forget the black priest they got. Oh, let's get a black piece. It'll be cool and urban.
yeah, and he
It'll be
was like
hip.
and he was like fucking white people, and I'm like like you this movie just Christ, and I hated Adam Sandler's accent so fucking much in this.
It was
He's
so.
like,
the moment I heard
Made you
him
wanna
talk,
bang
I
your
was
head
like,
against the wall.
"Oh, my fucking god, he's gonna sound like this the whole movie."
I'm Bonnie Braga. It's got a beer in my hand or some stupid shit like that. I was like, just talk normally, like please, dear God, like
No, he's got to
'cause
talk like Adam Sandler.
I'd rather he talked like Adam Sandler than whatever the fuck he was doing here. And like, why does he set all of his movies in like Massachusetts? It's like, is that just his thing? Is this just
I don't
is it
know.
is it cheaper to film there than in like New York or LA or some shit?
I don't
Like,
know. Maybe he knows a guy there.
Maybe.
like if
I
it's
was a
one thing
little
to be from
ashamed.
there.
I was a little ashamed too that there was like none of his buddies really in it. You didn't have like Kevin James or David
They're like,
Spade, whoever the fuck else.
This is
Yeah,
too
Rob
lowbrow,
Schneider, yeah.
Adam. We can't do this movie. He's
But
like,
you
"Fuck
just get
you! I'll get Vanilla Ice in this, and you'll all be fucking sorry."
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
why was
only
Vanilla Ice in this?
to make it funny.
Yeah, that
Oh,
scene
okay.
where Adam
Well,
Sandler
the
goes to
only
Vanilla Ice's house. That's where Vanilla Ice actually lives. He needed the
The
money.
whole conflict was just I fucked your mom, but I didn't know I fucked your mom or something, and then they're
but we're
like,
cool now.
yeah.
It's like
But
I didn't
remember
fuck your
too.
mom because I didn't come, so it doesn't count.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
remember
yeah, I
too, they
was
get also
oh, sorry.
unfunny Nick's. I was just saying too, like they only get unfunny Nick Swardston in it, and when he gets punched in the face, I was pumping my fist
Is
the whole
that the
time.
guy who was in like airplane mode and like was
Yes, he
on
was
those like
breastfeeding the
shitty
baby.
I was
Yes,
I
that
was
guy.
I was trying to figure out where I saw him from. It's like, oh, you're in all those shitty Bucky Larson movies and like airplane
Yes,
mode and all
Bucky
that.
Larson. He
It's
was
like
John Heater's stalker in Blades of Glory.
this somehow like is the perfect because he plays like a weird creep because like so
Yep.
many times it's like let me touch your tits or some shit like that, some stupid shit like that, and it's just like he's just not funny. Like I don't know what he's going for, but it's just not funny at all. Like say what you will about like Kevin James or Rob Schneider or David Spade and all these assholes. That's like they're not funny either, but I at least like laugh at least once every time like they do something, even if it's like the mildest of chuckles. I don't even have that for this asshole. It's like
I,
I have no reaction
I don't know
other
what you're
than
saying about
anger.
Kevin James. Paul Blart is the ultimate Kino.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, baby.
The King of Queens is like not a bad sitcom. Like it's kind of funny at times, like unironically, but it's also because they have like actual writers working on that show.
That true. That too.
And they have
Okay.
Jerry Stiller, so like they have actual like decent things going for it.
And Patton
So,
Oswalt.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So yeah, this was fucking
Shit.
awful.
I
Yeah.
thought the film
And
was gonna end when the fucking whatever the woman that Adam Sandberg's supposed to marry whispers like the secret. I was gonna go like, oh yeah, that's fine, polygamy, baby, and then started making out with Chad or something. Because I don't know, that's out of left field, but it would have been something.
yeah,
Could have
it's
been,
like
but
this
no.
movie could have ended so many fucking times, and yet before I saw the movie, I was like, I checked the runtime. It was almost 2 hours, and it's like, how is that possible? Like, how is a movie this unfunny and this empty could possibly be 2 hours? I just don't understand at all.
I think it's just the misconception. If we shove more jokes in this movie, it will be more funny. But they forget the key point of that is that jokes actually have to be funny for it to
Yeah,
be fucking funny.
and by
And it
jokes, I
wasn't
mean
at all.
and by jokes, like we mean like setups and payoffs and like things that are actually humorous, not like Adam Sandler making weird noises or like jokes about dicks and balls or some stupid shit like that. Because like that scene in the massage therapy or whatever, where he has like the $5 bill like sticking out of his like penis or some shit like that. It's like I just want something funny to happen. Like nothing funny is happening. It was like we're almost like 3/4 into the way into the movie and still nothing funny has happened. I just want to laugh at some point.
Like
Is
if I
is
saw
that
this
too much to
movie,
ask?
yeah, like if I saw this movie in my teens, like whenever this came out, like what was that, 2012, something like
Yeah, it came out
14. Yeah, if I saw that
2012.
then, that I would think it would be the funniest movie because I was so more immature then.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can imagine this be like the funniest movie to like literal babies. Like 10 or 11, 12-year-olds. Like I would understand if this was like a 12-year-old's favorite movie, but like
hmm
once you grow past the age of like 13, it's like this is just the unfunniest shit in the world. And and part of me is just struggling to figure out like this would be the perfect comedy for fucking babies, but why is this R rated? Like I get they have like they're trying to put in like so many sex jokes, but it's like those aren't funny, and like I'm not gonna get anything out of those. It's like the least you could do is just market it to fucking babies, because like that's what bedtime stories was like. That was like the Disney Adam Sandler movie where it's like it's a Disney movie,
Oh
but he still does
yeah.
his like shitty Adam Sandler-isms, and he even has like all of his friends in there, like Rob Schneider's in the fucking movie and shit. It's like it's the same bullshit.
I totally forgot about the movie until you mentioned that. Because I remember seeing that movie in theaters.
Yeah, me too. Like I remember that was like one of my favorite movies when it came out, but I was also 11 when it came out.
Mm.
And then once I grew up, I realized, wow, this is just so fucking unfunny, you know?
Well, you see, the reason why is because Adam Sandler wanted his dream fantasy of him getting fucking his teacher, I guess, and you can't have that in a children's movie, so he had to make the ultimate sacrifice for
Yeah, and that was
for his
fucked.
craft.
That was fucked. The whole like the courtroom scene and like the judge is like, this is fucked up. This is illegal. It's like, I don't care if this is like a teenage fantasy. It's like, it's still pedophilia. And then the newscasters and crew were like, nice.
They're like all
Hell yeah.
nodding, like
fucking-
nice.
It's like the morality of this movie is just completely fucked. It's like pedophilia and like underage relationships is okay, but incest is not.
No,
That's a quote, Timmy. That's gonna be a
Pedophilia-
quote forever now.
well, just remember,
We have you
pedophilia
on tape.
relationships are okay if it's an older woman and a younger boy.
Yeah, if the roles were reversed, that guy would be canceled faster than you can say Me Too. So yeah.
Also, weird
Well,
side thing to know. It's weird the film can't decide if Adam Sandler is a, like I already kind of mentioned it, but it's weird how a washed up zero celebrity status that Adam Sandler has, or everyone fucking knows him.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
at the beginning, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh, he's washed up
like,
and no one
what?
cares about him. That's why he doesn't have this, can't get this money. But then apparently everyone fucking knows who he is at all times.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, can you like be consistent like in some way about
Yeah.
that?
Exactly. Like the movie has no consistency. It's like we talked about this before. It's like he's like, no, adultery is bad, but then he like cheats on his wife with like 3 different women, like the woman at the massage parlor, one of the strippers, and then the grandma. And then it's like the whole like, oh, no one knows who he is. But then everyone fucking knows him the moment he says his name, and he's just like this Giga Chad that everyone loves. And
they're
then like
hey, he's the guy who fucked his teacher, which
And
made
then
me go, I should have fucked my biology teacher in 8th grade.
yeah, that's another thing. Will Forte is another comedian that I really like. I like his
Yep.
what was it? What are they called? The MacGruber, like the MacGruber
Yes.
sketches. Like those sketches are
Fucking
genuinely
love
hilarious.
those.
And like Will Forte is a big reason why those jokes work. And then you just bring him onto this shit. It's just like the unfunniest fucking thing in the world. It's like that's just what happens when you're in an Adam Sandler movie. It's like it doesn't matter how funny you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. Like the moment you're stuck with this dipshit, it's like all the humor and energy is just sucked right out of your gullet. It's why like Pixels is just fucked from the beginning because it doesn't matter if you get like Chris Columbus and Peter Dinklage. Like they're stuck with fucking Adam Sandler. It's like you guys are fucked, you know?
And just unfunny dialogue.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just so unfunny. It's just I didn't laugh a single time and I just wanted something funny to happen. Cause like in premise, this movie like isn't like doomed from the beginning. It's like you could do something with this premise. Like you could get like a talented like comedic writer to do something, or you could do the opposite. You could like spin like some like darkly funny like Coen Brothers-esque script from this or whatever. Because like I could imagine like the Coen Brothers making a movie like this, just like infinitely a million times better than this shit. And it's like, but no, it's just the laziest, unfunniest, just derivative bullshit way possible. And then just they cashed their checks and they just all went home. Like that was it.
With Adam Sandler. And that's it.
I think there's
Yeah.
one
And it's
thing.
all just the same jokes.
There's one last thing I want to note, that for a film that's almost 2 hours long, they really rushed the fucking ending, because the reason this whole thing happens because he needs $43,000, and they end it because at the beginning of the film, Adam Sandler puts $20 on like a fat guy winning a race
Winning
because
the
we had to put a
marathon.
dick to fat people, and then at the end of the movie, oh, that plot point, guess what? The fat guy won the race, so he won $160,000.
Yeah, at that point, I just wanted to throw my laptop across the hall. I was like, "Go fuck you."
Well,
movie. Like,
luckily, at that point, that's when the movie ended, because if it went on for another
Yeah,
5
thank
minutes, you
Christ.
would have.
yeah, thank Christ, Jesus.
I don't think
Yeah,
I would have been. I don't think I would have survived if there was like another 5 minutes.
I don't think I would have survived if there was an extra minutes. That's how much I hated this movie. I hated it so much. I hate this movie with burning desire, like with a burning passion. I hate this film so fucking much. I'm trying to come up with more words to say, but I literally can't. I usually like try to be like have like synonyms with my words, but I just can't. I hate this piece of shit. I hate it so much. Like, is it worse than Jack and Jill or Grown Ups 2 or Going Overboard? Like, no, I don't think so. But it's still so atrocious. It is still so awful. It's yeah.
I mean, Jack and Jill at least had Dunkachino. What
It
did
does have
this
Duncan
film have?
Chino.
Yeah, but that's not funny either. Like, I don't laugh at that either.
This movie had penis and sex jokes the whole time. And then Leighton Meester licks cum off a dress.
Yeah, she looks at the dress and then she sticks her tongue in it and she's like, "It's cum," and I'm like,
Literally
"What?"
has a Randy Marsh moment there.
Yeah,
This is cum.
yeah, and again, I know we don't do ratings, but I just have to, and I'm giving this one a go fuck yourself out of 10.
So negative
Jesus.
So that's a
infinity.
10 out of 10 then, because it's sex, and sex is funny.
Yeah, you can interpret that whatever you want. It's a go fuck yourself out of 10. Yeah.
So, Timmy, would you say you were more tortured by this one or going overboard?
Oh, going overboard. Going overboard is like infinitely worse than this. This one was going overboard, even though it's a piece of shit. It's like atrocious. It's like torturous. Going overboard is at least like kind of fascinating because you just kind of sit there and go, wow, like this is awful, but I'm kind of amazed how awful it is. This one, I'm just like unbelievably mad, like, and bored. Because it's
Mhm.
like it's just another Adam Sandler movie. It's just they just do the same thing. Because like directors, writers, doesn't matter. It's like as long as Adam Sandler's in, it's just gonna be the same shit. You know? It's like it's just another one. And it's just like, yeah, this isn't like as bad as Going Overboard. It's not as bad as Pixels or Jack and Jill and all this other shit, but it's just so awful. I can't stand this movie at all. Yeah, so
Yeah.
But is it worse than Southland Tales?
uh Southland Tales I was more bored. Like Southland Tales was so fucking boring. I like
Like, at
this
least
one
you felt something.
I felt something watching this one. That was pure rage, but that's better than being bored. Southland Tales, I was just bored. I literally felt nothing. It's like I wasted 2.5 hours of my life watching Southland Tales. This one, it's like, yeah, I wasted it too, but I at least got to feel rage, like, and anger,
And you're
wasting
welcome
time,
for me picking Southland Tales for you.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you can.
That should
Well,
be
I
the
kind of forced you to, so.
Well, mate, you have to thank Luca and Jules. They're more grateful than I am, so,
I mean, that's the tagline. That's my boy. It's better than Southland Tales. Slap that on the box.
Yeah, it's better
Please.
than Going Overboard. Slap that on the Blu-ray cover.
It's
So,
better than Pixels.
yeah, put that on Criterion Collection. So,
Finally. A real
Yeah,
movie.
when are we getting? Yeah, let's get the Adam Sandler collection on Criterion.
It's got
if
dark
they
themes in
genuinely,
it.
if they genuinely had like a Criterion Collection of like Billy Madison or something, like I would be ecstatic. Like I don't like Billy Madison, but like,
I don't either.
but I can at least say, yeah, I have a Criterion Collection of Billy Madison on like, whatever. Like fucking Armageddon and like The Rock are like on the Criterion Collection. So it's like that it literally doesn't matter, So
Exactly.
Yeah, so that means we're gonna get a Criterion of all the Neil Breen movies then, hopefully.
hopefully,
Just one
yeah.
big box set.
God, that would be awesome.
Slap Neil Breen's face on the front cover.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't. I would genuinely like that would
For
increase
the
his sales.
memes.
Yeah, for the memes, So
I never had a beard.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I do own Faithful Findings on Blu-ray already, so... Yeah,
you lucky bastard.
yeah, well, it was expensive, so I wasn't that lucky. But I guess that's all we have to say about That's My Boy. I think, Tim, I know you don't have anything else to say. You said every word in the dictionary.
Yeah, I've said complete. I mean, I guess I could go on for long, but then I'd just be wasting time, and I would rather not waste more time talking about this. So,
Alright, Cole, you got anything else left to add?
No.
Neither do I. And, yeah, Cole, take it away. We're done with talking about movies.
Okay. We're done talking about the movies, so then our next part is, all right, Jedi, Timmy, which movie did you prefer over the other?
Which one was the
And-
best of the two?
And why is it and why not That's My Boy?
I mean, honestly, that's my boy. If I'm being honest,
Wow.
Wow.
Girl
because
boss.
again, I would rather feel anger and rage than feel nothing. Like, I'll Be Home
Okay.
for Christmas, I literally felt nothing. I was so bored, and I don't remember anything about it. Like, I
Just the
watched
Smash
it.
Mouth poster.
Yeah, just the Smash Mouth poster, and then like some stupid lines. Like that's it. I literally can't remember anything else about the movie. This one I saw this like a couple days ago, and I can still vividly remember a lot of things. Not because they're good, it's because they were stupid and idiotic and awful. But like I felt an emotion. I felt something. Like I would rather feel something than nothing, even if that something is just like rage and anger. Like that's my philosophy, so
Fair enough.
Okay, well now I don't have to feel bad because I actually was also going to choose That's My Boy for pretty much the same kind of reasons that Timmy listed. I was like, I'm going to get fucking yelled at by both of them so fucking bad.
I mean,
But
we're comparing a piece of shit with like a piece of shit. It's like who cares, So
I mean, that's true, but I am glad that Timmy said it first before I had to.
so I don't know. Cole, do you disagree, or are you picking? I'll be. Yeah, see, I forgot the title of the movie.
I'll be home for
Everything.
Christmas.
I'll be home for Kwanzaa. Yeah, that was it. So
I'll be home for Hanukkah.
I'll be home for
Yeah.
Robotica.
I'll be home for Boxing Day.
I'll be home for Comic-Con.
I'll be home for anime convention.
No, I won't be home for that one. I'll be gone by then. So
I won't be
I don't know, I
home
feel
on
like-
January 6th.
Oh, because you're at the Mithrigan premiere?
Yeah, I'm at the Mithrigan.
no, he's
I'm gonna
be
go
at
watch
the,
it in DC.
Yeah, he's gonna be watching it at the House of Representatives. So
Oh. The
Yeah.
the special White House screening?
Yep.
one of these days I wanna, because I remember I took a plane to DC for like a business trip, and I saw United 93 on the plane, and I'll be like, one of these days I need someone to make like a January 6th insurrection movie, so I can just
Oh, they
say that
already
I
are.
saw the movie.
Christ.
Like
You
I can
know
see I
someone's
saw
gonna
the
do
movie.
that.
Channel
Yeah.
5 guy's doing it, I think.
No, but I want like a real film. Like if like
Oh,
Paul
like-
Greengrass or some shit like made the movie, because
Oh,
like
God.
United 93 is like a real professional movie made by a real filmmaker. So if like Paul Greengrass like made a movie about the January 6th insurrection, like I'd watch that in like the House of Representatives, So
I don't know if I would want to watch Paul Greengrass do that after seeing 22 July.
oh yeah.
Oh, I hated that movie. Hated it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that one was...
can't wait for Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne number 675.
Jesus Christ, it's
soon.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
So, are we gonna get into questions or not? Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, wait, I didn't
Well,
even
Cole
pick
has
yet.
to talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
why
Cole, tell your
That's My
thing,
Boy's
yeah,
his
so-
favorite movie.
I mean, they're both shit. I didn't even think there was gonna be that much love for That's My Boy, but
I mean,
Oh,
I'll
are we
be
all
the-
on
like
That's My Boy?
the
Yeah.
lesser of two evil.
I'll be the odd one out. I'll pick I'll Be Home for Hanukkah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you piece of shit? You should have clean
I thought
sweeped
Timmy
it.
was gonna pick it too. I thought it was gonna be 2-1 the other way.
Yeah, you
But
think.
then I heard this and I was like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
I only picked it because it was shorter and I felt less torture.
Well, you
really,
chose
then I was
wrong.
like,
because here's the
oh.
thing, even though it was shorter, it felt so much longer than it actually was.
It does.
And like I can't say That's My Boy like went by fast, but it felt like, okay, this felt about as long as I expected it, So, and I think that's better than something feeling longer than it actually is. So, yeah. So
Fuck it. I'll join the dark side. That's
Hey,
my boy.
baby, clean sweep for
yeah.
That's My Boy.
Adam Sandler sweep.
Adam Sandler wins
you-
again.
You done it again, you bastard.
Masterpiece,
but-
baby.
Hit nothing but home runs. Can't wait for
Nothing but hits, baby.
Can't wait for That's My Boy 2 Electric Boogaloo. So
It's gonna be,
Hell
he
yeah.
did the same thing you do, Cole. It's all electric boogaloo.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
mostly thanks to It's Always Sunny, though.
yeah, and that's just like the meme,
Thanks, Frank.
So, yeah.
But yep, I finally got one after my dead no sweep. I finally got one. Your reign of terror ends, Cole. I got a point.
I
baby.
know.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Cole. Anyway,
Fuck.
now that all that fun's out of the way, it's time for questions which we were asked.
Let's do it.
Let's start with the first one from our pal JJ. What's your most embarrassing childhood memory?
I don't know.
I
I barely remember my childhood. So.
I barely too. Like, I don't even remember anything completely like super embarrassing.
I remember I pissed my pants, but I feel like everyone has done that at some point when they're a kid, right? Yeah.
Oh no, I've definitely done that too.
Yeah, so
I mean, I only really remember embarrassing childhood memories when I'm about to fall asleep, and my brain's like, "Hey, remember this?" And I was like, "Oh God, fucking damn it!"
Fuck you, brain.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Mm.
was to think off of like one, off like the top of my head, like right now, I guess there's. On one hand, why should I say it though? Why should I reveal an embarrassing secret about myself on a fucking podcast for people to hear?
Make it up.
There was a question. Yeah, my most embarrassing moment was when I pushed a guy and he got ran over by a car and died. That was pretty embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
whoops, I accidentally killed a guy, but that's okay because I'm a dumb idiot child.
Yeah, I wish I had a good answer for this, but I genuinely I don't have any like
I-
strong memories. So
I don't know. The one thing that I can only think of was when I was like 2 at Disney World and just getting lost and not knowing where my whole family was that whole time.
yeah, but you're also 2. It's like
But
that's
I
sort
was
of expected
2,
of
so-
you. Yeah, you have the mind of a goldfish when you're 2 years old. So
But that's like the only thing I can think of right now.
yeah, I mean the pissing my pants thing. I accidentally pissed my pants in kindergarten, I guess. But like again, everyone has done that at some point. So yeah. So
I guess I don't think we have too many actual embarrassing memories, or at least that we want to talk about.
I mean, I have many embarrassing memories like in modern times, but like that's like a laundry list I don't have enough time to get through.
Yeah,
So
it's childhood, not adulthood, so you're good. That's your next time you show up on our podcast. That'll be the next question for you.
oh, okay, yeah.
So we'll move on to the next one to Robert. What are some of your favorite movie trailers?
Treasure Planet. I think that's a pretty great one.
One that
Banger
always
movie.
one that always stuck out in my mind, like as a kid, was the trailer they had on the VHS tape of a random Disney VHS tape was for Dinosaur, because they just show like that opening
Oh, yeah.
scene with like the dinosaurs running around.
I know
there's no
exactly what
sound.
you're talking about.
And it
I
tricks
saw that
you.
same
Oh
one.
my god, that movie.
Yeah, it tricked you into thinking you thought it was a good movie, but then it wasn't. So
But then everyone started talking. It's like, oh, this isn't a cool dinosaur movie. This is just a talking animal movie.
hmm yeah, I remember the Monsters Inc. DVD I had the trailer for Treasure Planet, and I was like, this looks sick as fuck. And I asked my parents to buy me the DVD of Treasure Planet, and yeah, it was great. It's a very nostalgic movie for me.
It's
Oh,
very
I thought you
still-
were gonna say they said no.
No, why would they? So
if I remember
Uh,
correctly, the Treasure Planet one is when it just zooms into the crescent moon. It's like a whole, it's a
Whole,
whole
like,
spaceport, right?
It's a whole
colony,
city.
yeah. So and then they do they have the giant like map thing or whatever, like
Yep.
the green map thing, and then he's like on his like surfer board sail thing, like
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool trailer. I like it a lot. I think a lot of those old Disney trailers have pretty good ones. Like I remember the Atlantis the Lost Empire trailer was a pretty good one too. I like that one as well.
Yes.
So I remember
I think
I remember the Spider. Oh yeah, Avatar.
Yeah, 'cause
Spider-Man
just the
Avatar.
3.
visuals.
Spider-Man 3, I remember had a pretty good trailer. That was the only reason why I went to go see it, other than Spider-Man. So
And Bully Maguire.
yeah, exactly. So
I remember seeing that movie opening night with my dad. Well, he saw it the night before because usually when we were younger as kids, he would usually see movies like that like the night before just to make sure that whenever he would see it with us, he'd be like, "Okay, put your heads down at like these moments where it's not as child friendly."
Oh fuck! You just unlocked an embarrassing childhood memory by talking about don't you take your head down during certain parts of a movie at a
Oh
movie theater.
no.
I'll jump back to it. But when I was a kid, Spy Kids 3D was like coming out, and I remember the
Yes.
trailers. They really sell it as like this eye-popping 3D.
yeah,
So,
no, I remember that too.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
like they went out of their way, like, oh my god, everything's gonna be coming right at you, and they're gonna collide with you. So my dad took me and my sister to see it, and then I completely had a meltdown because I was thinking of those trailers when we're going. It's like I don't want to see this movie. I don't want to watch this in 3D. I don't want to get stuff hurled at me from the movie. And I'm not joking. When I say a meltdown, I don't mean I cried for like a minute. I mean, it was like a 10 to 15 minute negotiation to get me into the fucking movie theater.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
So there we go. There was a legitimate answer to
Yeah,
the
that was a
childhood
good
embarrassing
answer.
childhood
Yeah.
memory.
Good
But
question.
back to
Yeah.
movie trailers.
Mhm.
Any other?
I'm trying to think of some modern ones I could think of. A couple of the Jordan Peele ones, like the first trailer for Nope was enticing.
Oh yeah, nope.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
doesn't
I liked
reveal
the first
anything.
two.
That
Yeah.
one is good.
I liked the trailer for Us way more than I did the actual
Us, yes.
movie. Yeah, so
Yeah. Also,
uh
Don't Worry, Darling, would say has a good trailer, even though
I
it
thought it
tricks you.
no, I thought
No.
the trailer for that film was awful. I hated
I'm
it.
I
sorry,
thought it
but the
was-
second the fucking glass presses up against your face, I laugh every time. It's so fucking bad and stupid looking.
Yeah. I thought the
I-
recent
I-
the whale trailer was pretty good.
I
like
have
That
not
one was
seen
good.
it. I'm avoiding any trailers for like the whale. I want to go in as blind as possible.
Brendan Sons. Wait, did any of you guys see the Cocaine Bear trailer?
Yes.
I tried, but I
Oh
couldn't
my
finish it.
fucking
It was
God,
Very
insane.
epic.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. I was just nope, pass. So
The Barbie trailer.
Oh, I
yeah,
saw
that was epic. Yeah,
Very
that was just
cool. Very
epic,
excited to
yeah.
see Barbie.
I'm very excited to see literally me, Ryan Gosling, again.
Yeah, fuck
Mhm.
Oppenheimer. It's all about Barbie. Barbie clean sweep. It's gonna
Baby
make the first Barb billions.
billion.
Barbillion. It's gonna beat out
Barbillions.
Morbius.
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
Yep. All our questions are good, always. Now we're on our last question from Mattias. Who are some of your animated crushes, Timmy?
I've already answered this question before
Well,
on
you're
my
on a
podcast.
different podcast, so you have to answer them again.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make this quick because I'll just be repeating myself. Faye Valentine, Raven, and Starfire from Teen Titans. Asuka from Evangelion. Like I don't know, most waifus that I've seen these days. Nazuna from Call of the Night. Marin from My Dress Up Darling. You know, it's just a bunch. I'm not gonna go into this again because I already like did this in my podcast. But yeah, that's like a brief laundry list. So
All right, Cole, what about you? Any anime crushes you have now or like back in the day?
Yeah, I
did-
was trying to think of some, but then I had to like look back. But I definitely do agree with you, Timmy. Raven and Starfire. I think
yeah.
you mentioned this on your podcast, but I totally remembered now. Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was awesome. I loved her. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have to look back for right now. So
Yep.
I'm like looking at articles. What the fuck? One said Optimus Prime.
What you didn't want to fuck a car?
Well, after seeing Southland Tales, I do.
I didn't. And Titane.
Yeah, to 10. Yeah.
Spoiler
Oh,
alert:
and
she fucks a
Titane, yes.
car in Titani.
And she milks oil.
What about you in
Hmm.
Jedi?
What about me and Jedi? Well, I mean, obviously, you know, everyone had a crush on Starfire and Raven, pretty much.
I
when
totally
they
forgot
were
one
young.
more. Lola Bunny
Oh,
from OG Space Jam.
Why did you want to fuck Lola Bunny?
Why did they make her super sexualized in that movie?
yeah, no, I get it. It's
mean,
like
I
why did they
guess.
make Roxanne in the Goofy movie super hot? You know, it's like that was their
Yeah.
fault, not me. Yeah, so
Well, think about Jessica Rabbit too, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yeah, that was their fault. You know, they didn't have
Yeah.
to animate her that way, but they did. So you
But
know,
they did those curves. Goddamn.
I did kind of have a crush on Nico Robin from One Piece.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Cortana kind of had a crush on the AI at one point.
From Halo.
Yeah, I mean, it can be reality now. I
Okay.
can buy a
Yeah.
fucking Microsoft Cortana. I can talk to her
Yeah,
whenever
fair
I
enough.
want. So at least my dreams are closer to reality than your guys's are.
That's
But
true.
these are
I'll give you
animated
that.
though, so are they ever that real?
I mean, once they make the Cortana fleshlight, it can be.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've said everything I wanted to say for this one. So
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any like crushes when you were a
Mhm.
kid? Did you maybe that might be a fresher one?
no, I mean like all the crushes I had as a kid, I still have. You know, because it's like unlike me, all my crushes don't age unless there's like a new season. So you know.
Like, I mean, fair enough, I guess. I don't know. Well, I guess there is one last question. It's specifically for you, Timmy.
Okay, let's
when
make
are
this quick because I have to head out in a bit. So
Okay.
yeah.
When are you gonna have one of us be on Far Off Films podcast?
Ooh.
Soon, I promise. Yeah, we're just very busy right now. So
Well, all right then. I guess that's the end of the
Okay.
discussion. Cole, finish it off for us.
All right. So obviously we have to pick the new movies out.
I can't
But-
wait.
This time we are doing the first trilogy of the podcast, and I had a few in mind,
And
but
you know,
I decided since Timmy's here, This one features his favorite actress from the masterpiece Bullet Train,
I already hate where this is going.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna recommend.
the King herself, Joey King, the Kissing
Oh.
Booth trilogy.
Hey, I've
Oh, hell
already
yeah.
seen those,
Let's
baby.
go.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week, Timmy. You're part of the podcast now forever.
I guess so.
Thanks.
Because the moment you said Joey King, my eyes just lit up. So, yeah.
I've already seen these, but I don't mind rewatching them again, even if they're really
I
long.
haven't seen him, and I was curious, so
So yeah, if you don't want to get spoiled for the
am-
Kissing Booth trilogy, hey, how about watching them? And also recommend put some questions in the comments and all that fun stuff. And hey, Timmy, thanks for being here. Anything you want to name drop before you go?
Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, my channel, TimJongUn Productions, my podcast, Far Off Films Podcast, watch my dumb shit. And yeah, that sounds about right.
And everyone, you all have a good day and happy Morbius.
happy. That's my boy. Happy. I'll be home for Boxing Day.
Happy wedding.
Happy, go fuck yourself.
Merry Christmas, even though this episode will be released after Christmas.
Happy Madison.
Yep. Thank you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Gilmore. Bye.
Bye.